In the latter half of the 22nd century, humanity had ventured beyond the confines of the solar system, establishing rudimentary colonies on Mars and Europa. The vastness of space still loomed as an immense and largely uncharted wilderness, teeming with mysteries yet to be unraveled. Earth itself, now a bustling hub of technological advancement and interplanetary diplomacy, was unprepared for what was to come. On a day like any other, the sudden appearance of a colossal fleet beyond the moon's orbit shattered the routine tranquility of Earth. The arrival was not heralded by threats or declarations, but the intent was clear from the silent, imposing presence of the starships, dwarfing anything humanity had ever constructed. Global panic ensued as the news spread like wildfire. The Earth Defense Coalition, EDC, a military alliance formed from all the world's powers, sprang into action. Emergency meetings convened as world leaders and military strategists grappled with the sudden emergence of a potential extraterrestrial threat. General Mara Lee, appointed as the commander of Earth's combined space forces, faced the monumental task of coordinating Earth's defense. As satellite imagery fed continuous streams of data about the alien fleet, it became apparent that these visitors were from the Galactic Empire, a name that stirred fear across neighboring systems. Known for their conquests and subjugation of lesser civilizations, the EDC's response was swift and decisive. Mara Lee authorized a global broadcast aimed at establishing Earth's stance. The message, simple yet firm, was translated into thousands of languages, including mathematical and musical languages, to ensure comprehension regardless of the aliens' communication forms. Attention! Visitors from beyond our solar system. This is General Mara Lee of the Earth Defense Coalition. You are currently in orbit around Earth, a sovereign planet with no interest in hostile engagements. We are aware of the Galactic Empire and your expansive history. We advise you to maintain a peaceful distance and refrain from any form of aggression. Consider this a warning. Stay away from Earth. The broadcast was not just a message of warning, but also a test, probing the aliens for their ability to understand and respond. The world waited in bated breath for any sign of communication or aggression from the fleet. As the world held its breath, anticipation hung heavily in the atmosphere like a dense fog. In the silence that followed Earth's broadcast, the Galactic Empire's fleet remained ominously stationary in orbit. Each passing hour intensified the strain on Earth's global defense networks, with every eye on the sky and every mind contemplating the myriad possibilities of extraterrestrial intent. General Mara Lee, stationed at the EDC's Central Command, monitored the situation with a calm demeanor that belied the tension swirling around her. The waiting game continued until a small, sleek vessel detached from the main fleet and began a slow descent toward Earth. This move, seen as the first real test of Earth's resolve, triggered a pre-planned, coordinated defensive response. The United States, Russia, China, and the European Union, all key members of the EDC, had strategically positioned their anti-spacecraft missile systems to cover all possible entry points into Earth's atmosphere. These systems, originally designed to ward off asteroid threats, were now Earth's first line of defense against potential alien aggression. As the alien scout ship entered the upper atmosphere, its intentions still unclear, General Lee gave the order to engage. The missile systems across the globe powered up simultaneously, locking onto the incoming vessel with precision guided by enhanced AI targeting systems. "Fire when ready," Mara commanded, her voice steady over the comm link that connected all the defense sites globally. Within moments, the serene sky was lit by a barrage of missiles streaking upwards. The display was both awe-inspiring and terrifying, a testament to humanity's preparedness to defend its sovereignty. The alien vessel, caught in the onslaught, attempted evasive maneuvers. It became evident that despite their advanced technology, the aliens had underestimated Earth's defensive capabilities. The scout ship sustained significant damage, its shielding failing under the relentless barrage. With a final, desperate attempt to escape, it fired back sporadically, its energy weapons flashing brightly in the night sky but largely ineffective against the dispersed and mobile missile launch platforms. Severely crippled, the vessel retreated back into orbit, limping towards the safety of its mothership. The entire engagement was broadcast live, with the world watching as Earth stood defiant against a technologically superior foe. The successful defense elevated morale across Earth's populations and governments. General Lee, now a symbol of Earth's resistance, addressed the world shortly after. Today, we have shown that Earth is not a silent victim in the cosmos. We will defend our home, our people, and our future against any who might threaten us. Let this be a lesson to all who watch from the dark void. Earth will stand firm. This victory, however minor in a strategic sense, was a crucial psychological win for humanity. It demonstrated not only their capability to respond to alien threats, but also their willingness to act united under a common cause. This first defiant stand against the Galactic Empire was not just a military engagement. It was a declaration of Earth's resolve and a clear message to the cosmos. Earth would neither falter nor yield. In the wake of Earth's surprising defense against the scout ship, the Galactic Empire reassessed its approach. Emperor Vorlak, never one to shy away from a challenge, was both intrigued and irritated by the resilience and audacity displayed by a seemingly primitive species. To him, Earth's defiance was not just a military obstacle, but a personal affront to his authority. From his command center, a massive structure orbiting the Empire's capital planet, Vorlak convened his top advisors and strategists. The room buzzed with alien dialects and the soft hum of advanced computing devices. The Emperor, a towering figure with a stern countenance, broke the silence with a command. "Initiate the next phase. Test their resolve further. Let us see how they handle chaos." Under his orders, the Empire launched a series of calculated strikes, not on Earth directly, but on its burgeoning interstellar infrastructure. Mining outposts on asteroids, research facilities on Mars, and supply routes to the outer colonies became targets. The attacks were quick, brutal, and meticulously planned to avoid any substantial galactic escalation. Each raid ended before Earth's forces could mount an effective response, leaving a trail of destruction and uncertainty. Back on Earth, news of the attacks sparked outrage and fear. The EDC convened in emergency sessions, struggling to manage the crises sprouting up across the solar system. General Mara Lee, ever the strategist, proposed a new approach to these galactic games the Empire seemed intent on playing. "We cannot outgun them in a war of attrition," she stated in a closed meeting with Earth's military and political leaders. "Our strength lies in our ability to adapt and innovate. Let's turn these games on their head." Under her guidance, Earth's response morphed from defensive to proactive. Knowing that their outer defenses could not stop every attack, they began constructing mobile defense platforms, space stations capable of rapid movement and response, armed with the latest Earth-developed weaponry and shield technology. Simultaneously, Earth scientists, led by Dr. Lena Voss, worked tirelessly to understand and replicate any technology salvaged from the damaged scout ship. Their breakthroughs in energy shield technology were particularly promising, offering the potential to shield their facilities from future attacks. As the Galactic Empire continued its harassment, they began to notice the shift in Earth's tactics. What were once easy targets now became traps, with mobile defense platforms springing surprise counterattacks that inflicted damage on the Empire's raiding fleets. The interstellar skirmishes escalated into a high-stakes game of cat and mouse, each side continuously adapting to the other's moves. The Empire, with its vast resources and advanced technology, pressed hard, but Earth, resilient and cunning, managed to hold its ground, turning what the Empire intended as a straightforward subjugation into a drawn-out and costly endeavor. This phase of the conflict showcased the resilience and ingenuity of humanity, proving to the galaxy at large that Earth was not a player to be underestimated. The Empire's perception of Earth shifted from viewing it as a minor nuisance to recognizing it as a legitimate and capable force in the galactic arena, setting the stage for even more intense confrontations in the future. Following months of intense skirmishes and tactical gambits, a tense and uneasy calm settled over the solar system. Both Earth and the Galactic Empire took this time to regroup and reassess their strategies, each contemplating their next move in this unexpectedly prolonged conflict. On Earth, public sentiment had shifted from initial panic and fear to a determined resilience. Communities worldwide engaged in civil defense drills and support for the EDC soared, with volunteers enlisting in various capacities to support the war effort. The spirit of unity and defiance became a prevailing ethos, propelling innovations and adaptations in both military and civilian sectors. In the corridors of power, General Mara Lee convened a series of top-secret meetings with Earth's best minds, including Dr. Lena Voss. Dr. Voss had made significant progress in her research into the alien technologies, discovering vulnerabilities in the Empire's energy shields that could potentially be exploited. Her team developed a prototype weapon system capable of disrupting these shields long enough to make a decisive strike. "Imagine this," Dr. Voss explained during a high-level briefing, holding up a small, intricate device. "If we can integrate this technology into our missiles, even our smallest fighters could take down an Imperial cruiser. It changes the game completely." The implications were profound. With this new technology, Earth could potentially shift from a defensive posture to taking the offensive, striking at the Empire with a force and efficacy that had previously been unimaginable. Meanwhile, in the Galactic Empire's strategic hub, Emperor Vorlak and his advisors observed the developments on Earth with a mixture of respect and concern. The Empire had faced numerous adversaries in its centuries of expansion, but none had adapted so quickly or so fiercely as humanity. Vorlak knew that underestimating this foe any further could lead to dire consequences. "Enhance our intelligence efforts," Vorlak ordered his chief of espionage. "We need to understand their capabilities and intentions, and prepare the fleet. If these humans wish to escalate, we will be ready to respond in kind." Back on Earth, as the final tests of Dr. Voss's shield-disrupting technology proved successful, General Mara Lee planned a bold demonstration of Earth's newfound capabilities. An isolated Empire mining outpost in the Kuiper Belt would be their target, chosen for its strategic insignificance to avoid provoking a full-scale retaliation, but valuable enough to test the Empire's response to their upgraded arsenal. The Earth's fleet, modified with the new technology, set out quietly. The mission was a calculated risk, but it was essential to test their weapons in a real combat scenario. This operation would either be a turning point leading to peace negotiations or the spark that ignited a fiercer phase of the war. As the fleet approached the target, the crew aboard the flagship held their breath, aware of the stakes. The outcome of this engagement would shape the future of Earth and its place in the galactic community, a community that was watching closely to see if this young, bold civilization could indeed challenge the might of the Galactic Empire. The mission to the Kuiper Belt proved a resounding success, with Earth's new technology allowing their forces to disable the shields of the Empire's outpost and achieve a swift victory. The message was clear. Earth had developed the means not only to defend, but also to strike back effectively. Energized by this victory, Earth's strategic command prepared for what they anticipated to be a more significant challenge. In response to Earth's audacious attack, the Galactic Empire, determined not to be outmaneuvered, shifted its focus to a more prized target, Earth's lunar base. This base served not only as a critical hub for Earth's asteroid mining operations, but also as a key military outpost equipped with advanced radar and missile defense systems. The Empire believed that crippling the lunar base would demoralize Earth and undercut its capacity to mount counterattacks deep in space. As the Empire's fleet advanced towards the Moon, Earth's defenses braced for a battle of unprecedented scale. Commander Raj Patel, stationed at the lunar base, was tasked with overseeing the defense. Known for his tactical ingenuity, Raj coordinated Earth's lunar and orbital defenses to create a network of crossfire zones around the Moon. "Prepare all batteries and ready the drones. We make our stand here," Raj ordered, his voice echoing through the base's loudspeakers. The battle commenced with the Empire's dreadnoughts bombarding the lunar surface from orbit, their goal to overwhelm the base's defenses with sheer firepower. However, the defenders of Luna were well prepared. Utilizing the Moon's craters as natural shields and firing from hidden positions, they launched a series of hit-and-run attacks against the Empire's fleet, exploiting the slow maneuverability of the larger ships. Meanwhile, squadrons of Earth's spacefighters, equipped with the new shield-disrupting missiles, darted through the chaos, targeting the vulnerabilities exposed by their shield technology. Each successful strike brought cheers from Earth's defenders, but the battle was far from over. The Empire, frustrated by the fierce resistance, deployed ground troops to the surface in an attempt to capture the base through a direct assault. Anticipating this move, Raj had already prepared his ground forces for close combat. The battle on the lunar surface was brutal. Earth's troops, fighting in reduced gravity, used their mobility and intimate knowledge of the lunar terrain to their advantage. As the fight raged on both on the surface and in orbit, the tide began to turn in Earth's favor. The combination of guerrilla tactics and the effective use of shield-disrupting technology inflicted heavy casualties on the Empire's forces. Realizing the cost of continuing the assault would be too high, the Empire's fleet commander ordered a retreat. The Battle of Luna ended in a decisive victory for Earth. It was not just a military win, but a significant boost to morale across Earth's colonies. Commander Raj Patel became a hero, symbolizing Earth's determination and capability to defend its interests against seemingly overwhelming odds. In the aftermath, while celebrations ensued on Earth and its colonies, strategic discussions took on a new tone. Earth had defended its territory successfully and had shown that it could repel the might of the Galactic Empire. This victory shifted the strategic calculus for both Earth and the Empire, paving the way for Earth to take a more assertive role in galactic affairs. The battle, though costly, proved that Earth was a rising power capable of altering the balance of power in the galaxy. In the aftermath of the resounding victory at the Battle of Luna, Earth's leaders recognized the importance of maintaining their momentum. While the morale across the planet and its colonies soared, the strategic command knew that the Galactic Empire would not sit idle after such a defeat. The need for constant vigilance and further innovation became paramount. General Mara Lee, understanding the stakes involved, initiated a covert operation aimed at gathering more intelligence on the Empire's capabilities and future plans. The operation, codenamed Stellar Whisper, involved inserting a highly trained team of intelligence operatives into the Empire's communication networks. The team was led by Captain Nina Morales, an expert in cyber warfare and espionage. Nina and her team, aboard a stealth ship, approached an Empire communication relay station disguised as a merchant vessel. Using advanced hacking tools developed from the technology salvaged from the previous encounters with the Empire, they infiltrated the station's systems. The operation was risky. Any mistake could not only jeopardize their mission, but also expose Earth to severe retaliatory strikes. Inside the dimly lit cabin of their ship, Nina's team worked with precision. As they delved deeper into the Empire's networks, they uncovered a trove of data that included ship movements, supply chain logs, and, most crucially, detailed plans for an impending large-scale invasion of Earth. The invasion plan revealed a critical insight. The Empire was stretched thinner than it admitted publicly, relying heavily on automation and AI-controlled ships due to personnel losses in recent skirmishes. With this invaluable information, Nina transmitted the data back to Earth's strategic command. The encrypted transmission, though brief, was dense with implications. General Mara Lee received the intelligence with a mix of concern and opportunity. The planned invasion was larger than any prior engagement, but the knowledge of the Empire's reliance on automated systems presented a new vulnerability. Meanwhile, on Earth, Dr. Lena Voss and her team of scientists and engineers worked to exploit this newfound weakness. They developed specialized electronic warfare drones capable of disrupting AI communications and control protocols. These drones, if successful, could paralyze the Empire's fleet, turning their strength into their own worst enemy. As preparations for the anticipated invasion ramped up, Earth's defenses were fortified with these new drones, alongside the continued production of shield-disrupting weapons. Training exercises focused on scenarios involving large-scale fleet engagements, with special emphasis on electronic and cyber warfare tactics. The revelation of the Empire's plans not only allowed Earth to prepare more effectively, but also shifted the strategic landscape. Earth's leaders, now aware of the Empire's over-reliance on technology, planned not just to defend, but to seize the initiative, potentially turning the tide of the war. The stage was set for a confrontation that would determine the future of Earth and its place in the galaxy. The secrets unearthed by Nina and her team had not only provided Earth with a fighting chance, but also with the possibility of securing a decisive victory in the looming conflict. The stage was set for what would become a pivotal moment in the conflict between Earth and the Galactic Empire. With the crucial intelligence in hand and new countermeasures against the Empire's AI-driven fleet ready, Earth's leaders plotted their next move carefully. General Mara Lee, aware of the potential consequences of failure, decided on a bold strategy. Instead of waiting for the Empire to launch its planned invasion, Earth would preemptively strike at the heart of the Empire's fleet, using their new electronic warfare drones in conjunction with their shield-disrupting missiles. This operation, codenamed Eclipse, aimed to disable the Empire's fleet and force a negotiation from a position of strength. As the Earth's fleet assembled in secret, strategic targets were chosen based on the intelligence gathered by Captain Nina Morales' team. The main targets were the Empire's flagship and its accompanying dreadnoughts, known to be heavily automated and vulnerable to the new disruptive technologies. The fleet, under the cover of an asteroid field, advanced towards the designated coordinates where the Empire's fleet was predicted to pass. The tension among the crew was palpable, each member aware that the success of their mission could shift the war's momentum entirely in Earth's favor. As the Empire's fleet came into range, Earth's ships deployed their drones, which quickly spread out and began their infiltration. The drones, designed to mimic standard communication signals, easily bypassed the initial firewall defenses of the Empire's AI systems. Simultaneously, Earth's fighters unleashed a volley of missiles equipped with the new shield-disrupting technology. The first wave of attacks successfully disabled several smaller ships, causing confusion and disarray within the Empire's ranks. As the drones took effect, disrupting the AI communications, the larger dreadnoughts began to falter, their movements becoming erratic and uncoordinated. General Mara Lee monitored the battle from Earth's command center, directing her forces with precision. "Focus fire on the flagship now," she ordered as the Empire's fleet struggled to maintain order. The final assault on the flagship was intense. With its shields flickering off due to the continuous barrage of disruptive missiles, the once imposing vessel was left vulnerable. A carefully aimed strike by one of Earth's elite pilots penetrated the flagship's hull, leading to a critical hit that crippled the ship's power systems. As the dust settled and the remnants of the Empire's fleet retreated in disarray, the scale of Earth's victory became clear. They had not only successfully repelled what would have been a devastating invasion, but had also demonstrated the ability to strike decisively against a superior force. This victory marked a turning point in the war. With their fleet severely damaged and their strategy disrupted, the Empire was forced to reconsider their approach to Earth. Messages were sent through diplomatic channels proposing a ceasefire and peace talks. Earth's display of tactical genius and technological ingenuity had earned it newfound respect and fear across the galaxy. Emboldened by their monumental victory in Operation Eclipse, Earth's leadership felt a surge of optimism about the prospects of peace. However, Emperor Vorlak, humiliated by the unexpected defeat and facing pressure from his war council, viewed the ceasefire as merely a strategic pause. He plotted a more direct and formidable response, a direct assault on Earth itself, hoping to cripple humanity's spirit and resolve once and for all. Unbeknownst to Earth, the Empire had been constructing a massive dreadnought, codenamed Goliath, designed specifically to withstand Earth's new technologies. This ship was equipped with advanced AI that could counteract electronic disruptions and shields engineered to resist the disruptive technologies Earth had employed so effectively. As the Goliath approached Earth, hidden by a nebula and escorted by a fleet of warships, Emperor Vorlak broadcasted a chilling message directly to Earth's leaders. "Your defiance has been admirable, but it ends now. Submit or face annihilation." General Mara Lee, now a seasoned war leader, responded with calm determination. She mobilized Earth's entire defense network, rallying her forces for what she knew would be the defining battle of the war. "We have faced threats before and prevailed. "We will do so again," she declared, her confidence bolstering the morale of Earth's defenders. The battle began as the Goliath emerged from the nebula. Earth's satellite defenses, orbiting defense stations, and ground-based missile systems launched a coordinated assault, unleashing everything in their arsenal. The initial salvo was impressive, lighting up the sky like fireworks, but the Goliath's advanced defenses held strong. Seeing that traditional weapons were ineffective, Mara deployed a squadron of the newly developed stealth bombers, each equipped with the latest version of the shield-disrupting technology. These bombers, piloted by Earth's elite aces, darted through the Empire's fleet, evading enemy fire and focusing their attacks on the Goliath. Inside the command center of the Goliath, alarms blared as the shield-disrupting missiles finally began to find their marks. The dreadnought's shields flickered under the onslaught, exposing its armor to further attacks. On Earth, Dr. Lena Voss, who had been continuously upgrading the disruptive technology, coordinated with the fleet to optimize attack patterns based on real-time feedback from the battlefield. "Target the power conduits," she advised, her voice steady despite the chaos of war around her. As the battle raged, the Goliath's armor began to buckle under the concentrated fire from Earth's forces. Critical systems started to fail, and the morale of the Empire's troops waned as they witnessed the faltering of their once invincible dreadnought. In a desperate final maneuver, the commander of the Goliath ordered a direct assault towards Earth, intending to crash the massive ship into the planet as a last act of defiance. However, Earth's pilots executed a daring countermaneuver. Led by Captain Jack Harrow, they managed to disable the dreadnought's propulsion engines, leaving it adrift and effectively neutralizing the threat. As the dust settled, the remnants of the Empire's fleet retreated in disarray. The Goliath was captured, and Emperor Vorlak's plan was thwarted. Earth had not only survived the assault, but had also demonstrated an unprecedented level of technological and strategic prowess. After the stunning defeat of the Goliath, the balance of power between Earth and the Galactic Empire shifted dramatically. Recognizing that military victory was no longer feasible, Emperor Vorlak grudgingly agreed to peace talks. However, within the Empire's highest echelons, dissatisfaction with Vorlak's leadership grew, leading to political destabilization. Sensing an opportunity, Earth's leaders decided to press their advantage, not just to secure peace but to ensure that the threat from the Empire would not resurface. General Mara Lee, alongside Earth's diplomatic corps, proposed a bold plan, a direct intervention in the political turmoil of the Empire. The plan was to support a faction within the Empire sympathetic to peace with Earth, facilitating a leadership change. This operation, codenamed Regent's Fall, involved both covert operations and overt military support, marking Earth's first venture into galactic-level statecraft. As Earth's operatives infiltrated the Empire's capital planet, they coordinated with local dissidents and reformists who opposed Vorlak's warmongering. These allies provided critical intelligence and facilitated sabotage operations to disrupt the Loyalist forces' communications and logistics. Meanwhile, Earth's fleet, now seen as liberators by many within the Empire, positioned itself around the Empire's capital in a show of force. This demonstration was not just a military maneuver, but a signal to Vorlak's opponents that Earth was committed to supporting change. Inside his palace fortress, Emperor Vorlak watched as his domain crumbled. The coalition against him grew, bolstered by Earth's involvement. Realizing his precarious position, he deployed his elite guard in a desperate attempt to retain power, leading to the siege of his palace. The siege lasted days, with Earth's special forces and local dissidents engaging in intense ground battles against the Emperor's loyalists. Above, Earth's fleet engaged remnants of the Empire's space forces, who remained loyal to Vorlak. The fighting was fierce, but the combined forces of Earth and the Empire reformists gradually gained ground. In a climactic moment, General Mara Lee led a team into the heart of the palace, confronting Vorlak in his throne room. The encounter was tense, with Vorlak defiant to the end. However, faced with the overwhelming evidence of his inevitable defeat and the assurance of safe exile, he finally capitulated, agreeing to abdicate and allow a transitional government to take over. With Vorlak's surrender, the siege ended. The new leadership of the Empire, comprising leaders who advocated for peace and cooperation with Earth, took steps to stabilize the region. Earth's diplomats worked closely with the new regime to draft a peace treaty that included terms for disarmament, war reparations, and the establishment of a joint galactic council to oversee interstellar relations and conflicts. This successful intervention not only secured peace for Earth, but also established it as a significant power in galactic politics. Earth's approach, combining military prowess with diplomatic acumen, became a model for resolving interstellar conflicts, advocating for cooperation over conquest. As Earth celebrated the end of hostilities, General Mara Lee reflected on the journey from defense to diplomacy. The siege of Vorlak had not just been about defeating an enemy, but about building a foundation for lasting peace and understanding across the stars. The abdication of Emperor Vorlak and the establishment of a new leadership committed to peace marked a dramatic transformation in the Galactic Empire. The transition was not seamless. Pockets of resistance and loyalist factions continued to challenge the new regime, but with Earth's continued support, these were gradually subdued. The peace treaty, painstakingly negotiated over weeks of intense diplomatic sessions, was finally ready for signing. The treaty outlined comprehensive disarmament protocols for the Empire, reparations to the systems affected by the war, and the establishment of a joint Earth-Empire committee to oversee the implementation of these terms and promote further cooperation in matters of trade and security. General Mara Lee, who had become a figure of not just military prowess, but also diplomatic leadership, was present at the treaty signing, held on a neutral space station orbiting a peaceful garden world. Representatives from various planetary systems, previously under the thumb of the Empire, attended, witnessing a new era in galactic relations. As the documents were signed, Mara felt a mixture of relief and anticipation. The war had taken its toll, and the prospect of peace brought hope to billions across the galaxy. However, she knew that the true test of this treaty lay in its execution and the ability of diverse worlds to work together toward a common future. Back on Earth, celebrations erupted. Humanity had not only survived a confrontation with one of the galaxy's most formidable powers, but had emerged as a key player on the galactic stage. Schools taught the story of Earth's defiance and the subsequent fall of an emperor as critical chapters in human history. Meanwhile, Emperor Vorlak, now in exile on a distant, secluded planet, lived in a state of isolation. His fall from power served as a cautionary tale about the perils of hubris and the underestimated strength of resolve. In his solitude, Vorlak had time to reflect on the war, pondering the resilience and cunning of humanity, which he had once dismissed so readily. In the new empire, reforms began to reshape society. The new leaders, many of whom had been part of the resistance against Vorlak, worked diligently to rebuild trust with their citizens and neighboring systems. They dismantled the oppressive structures that had fueled the Empire's expansionist policies and replaced them with institutions designed to foster collaboration and innovation. Earth, for its part, continued to strengthen its defenses and expand its technological capabilities. The war had spurred advancements in space travel, energy production, and weapons systems, which now propelled Earth's economy and scientific communities. Humanity's role in galactic affairs grew, with Earth's representatives taking up key positions in the newly formed Galactic Council. General Mara Lee, now retired from her military duties, took on a new role as an ambassador, focusing on building alliances and promoting peace and cooperation across the stars. Her leadership during the war had earned her immense respect, and she leveraged this to advocate for unity and collaborative problem-solving in the galaxy. The story of Earth's defiance, the fall of an emperor, and the subsequent rise of a more harmonious galactic community became a testament to the power of determination and diplomacy. It was a legacy that would influence generations to come, reminding all of humanity's potential when united by a common cause. As Earth looked to the stars, it did so not as a lone survivor, but as a vital member of a vast and vibrant community, ready to face whatever new challenges the future might hold.